All stock market investors have regrets about not investing in a few companies. Warren Buffett, for example, regrets not investing in Amazon. I regret not investing in a 10-bagger stock called Axon Enterprise, ticker AXON, almost a decade ago. Fortunately, my regret comes with a great opportunity. While looking at Axon recently, I learned about an explosively growing market that no one talks about, the police and public safety technology market. In today's video, I will dig into this industry, introduce you to an interesting market-beating index that picks the stocks from the police force and public safety industry, and share one stock from this index you should consider investing in to avoid the same regret I feel about skipping Axon almost a decade ago. I'm Hoda Mehr, founder and CEO of StockCard, and on this channel I share detailed fundamental analysis and interesting investment stories. I first heard about Axon in 2014. It used to be called Taser, as in the devices the police use to immobilize a potential suspect with shockwaves. The stock was priced at roughly $20 per share at that time. I asked myself how much growth opportunity there is in a company that makes police tasers, and I concluded there isn't much room to grow. To my surprise, and in the span of a decade, the company went on to grow its revenue by a compound of 28% annually. In addition to the tasers, it now offers body cameras and cloud infrastructure to store and retrieve the recordings from those body cams. Now its stock is being traded at more than $210 per share, leaving me regretting not seeing the growth opportunity in the police force and public safety technology industry and missing out on holding a 10-bagger stock in my portfolio. But a good investor never repeats the same mistake. If Axon's success can teach us anything, is that the police force industry is a rapidly growing market with several investment-worthy companies pushing forward the market to make the world a safer place. Still, you rarely hear about this explosively growing market. The law enforcement software and public safety technology industry growth has me astonished. Software and services in the public safety industry are expected to grow by more than 29% in the next 5 years. This includes spending on crime analysis and criminal intelligence investigation software, on the cloud for security personnel, law enforcement, and other police force. No wonder why Axon has been able to grow its revenue by 28% per year in the last decade. Its industry is exploding as global forces, firefighters, and first responders upgrade their infrastructure and equipment. This is a rapidly growing market hiding in plain sight. If you watched my videos before, you know that I am fascinated by finding 100-bagger stocks. A 100-bagger stock grows your initial investment by at least 100 times or 10,000%. One of the most important factors in finding such companies is looking into a rapidly growing market. Hypothetically, the stock you are investing in now is $1 per share. For it to be a 100-bagger, it has to be priced at $100 per share. For that 100 times growth to happen in, let's say, 15 years, the stock has to grow by 35% compounded annually. Of course, not all growth comes from the company's revenue growth rate. Still, achieving such a rapid growth rate is almost impossible without a rapidly growing and exploding market. Returning to Axon, The company's revenue has grown by 28% per year in the last decade. It also forecasts a 20% plus compounded annual growth rate in the next few years. It generates free cash flow, and it's a profitable company. If it continues to grow at the same pace in the next 5 to 6 years, it will not be too difficult to assume it has a shot at reaching 100-bagger status. Even if the company faces some challenges, the law enforcement software and public safety technology markets expected growth rate of 29% will push Axon into a 100-bagger club. It is nice to talk about Axon, but it is nicer to find the next Axon that is like investing in the stock back in 2014 when its market cap was 10 times smaller than today. So I dug into the market and found a guy who could help me find the next Axon.
Michael Hardiman. I am an ex-biologist turned police economist. Spent about 10 years with the Department of Justice and then moved across to the police force. So I spent a few years as economist with the police force in Australia.
His background in capital markets includes positions with the World Bank Group. He is also the author of Sustainability and the Sovereign Bond Market. Even more impressive and relevant to our research today, he is the creator and founder of the first ever Police and Public Safety Index. The index invests in US listed companies with a market cap higher than $200 million that generate more than 50% of their revenue from policing or public safety. Michael qualitatively reviews every single company and excludes any company that focuses on military applications of its technology. And more importantly, the index return is almost double the performance of the S&P 500 index in the last 5 years. So far, we know that police and public safety industry is rapidly growing. We've seen an example of a stock such as Axon in this market that is well on its way to 100-bagger status. And now we know an index that picks individual stocks from this market that has managed to outperform the S&P 500 index. All that is left to discuss is the stock to invest in that has the potential to become the next 100-bagger. Before that, let me share some good news. Michael, the index's creator, and I connected over LinkedIn. We got together and talked about his industry and his index a few weeks ago. I was so impressed and excited about this opportunity that I invited him to share his index on the idea center of our platform, StockCard. Michael works with an independent third-party index creation company called Index One. Having an official index package by a third party means Michael can't just go in and change his decisions at any time. All his stock picks are officially tracked, and a third party legitimately verifies his index performance. Now you can go to StockCard's Idea Center, the indexes page, and find and follow the Police and Public Safety Index. You can see the methodology, share your ideas, and review the top holdings in the index too. I leave a link to the index in the show notes. Back to our research. To find the next 100-bagger stock, you get a few great candidates by looking at the index's top holdings. Going through the index's top 10 holdings, you'd see companies like ShotSpotter, ticker SSTI. This software and analytics company uses data to locate shooting incidents precisely, allowing the police to respond to them quickly. Astonishingly, 80% of gun violence is never reported to the police, making the police force's task much harder to protect the citizens. No wonder the company's revenue is growing at 40% per year. It has $500 million in market cap and a small but positive free cash flow. ShotSpotter is worth considering. Interestingly, in the last few days, as I was researching this video, ShotSpotter's stock price dropped significantly due to contract renewal concerns in Chicago. But contract renewals are short-term challenges the company should be able to manage and overcome in the coming years. To make things even more interesting, I asked Michael, the economist behind the police index, to give me one stock in which he would put all of his money if he couldn't invest in the entire index.
The stock that I really like is RAP Technologies. It's one that, for our methodology, we have some rules around market cap, which RAP met when it was included, and the price has dropped a fair bit actually. So it's actually under the market cap, but we have special sort of dispensation for some stocks coming in. For example, like a significant IPO or something like that. And so our investment committee, there's only 3 of us, but decided to keep RAP in, even though it's under the market. It's a company that the product is really great. So its key product is a Kevlar restraint device. So it's non-lethal technology, which is very good. That's what we're after. It's quite innovative, and it's got a lot of growth potential. And we're also looking at virtual reality as well. So we've got some VR tech, which I think is really important. Training of police forces is going to be a huge issue. So they're at the forefront there. So they're a small company, quite innovative, and kind of beating down stock at the moment, but it's one that if I was going to put all my money in one stock, it would be that one.
This technology company has only a $70 million market cap and makes a taser replacement device. Instead of sending shockwaves through someone's body, RAP's technology shoots a wire-like string that wraps around someone's feet, immobilizing the person and de-escalating the situation without brute force. This technology is especially important in cases where the security personnel or police force are dealing with a mental health incident or cases when lethal force isn't required. It gives them an alternative to pulling out their guns, but is still safely handling the situation. It reminds me of Axon's early days as the taser company. RAP has $8 million in revenue, $5 million in cash, and no debt, but it isn't profitable yet. So you have a few choices if you want to invest in the rapidly growing market of police tech and public safety. You can copy the police and public safety index's holdings to spread the bet across a few top companies in this sector. You can bet on a proven company such as Axon, forecasting 20% plus revenue growth in the coming years. You can invest in the Mini-Axon, ShotSpotter, ticker SSIT, which seems to be following Axon's success with solid revenue growth and free cash flow. Or lastly, you can take some risk with unprofitable, small but rapidly growing nano-cap RAP Technologies and wait to see how it finds its path to sustainable revenue growth. As always, none of these are investment advice. You should do your own research and decide independently. I'll leave a link to all 4 options on a StockCard so you can research them yourself. If you're using a StockCard's free accounts and want to upgrade, use promo code WELCOME, all lowercase, for a 20% discount in addition to the 14-day free trial. While researching, if you find a better option to invest in the future of police tech and public safety software and services, please share your research and the tickers in the show notes so we can all learn from each other. I'll see you next time.